found with data that's come back from the rover and has been studied over the last few months is that we see igneous rocks. So these are rocks that have been formed through volcanic processes.
Mars has given us some strange finds. Rocks that look like pyramids, sharp-edged objects that seem too perfect to be natural, and even shapes that resemble alien tech. These oddities, spotted by rovers like Perseverance and Curiosity, have sparked endless speculation. But are they signs of something extraterrestrial, or just nature doing its thing? Could there really be more to these Martian mysteries than we think? Number 1. The shiny rock. In 2022, something caught the eye of the Perseverance rover on Mars. It wasn't a strange alien artifact or a mysterious rock, but rather a rock that seemed to be glistening in the harsh Martian sun. This was more than just any shiny rock, though. Its reflective surface was so unusual that it immediately made people wonder. Could this be part of a spacecraft or even some sort of alien technology? Now, before you get too excited, let's break this down. The rock's surface reflected the sunlight in a way that looked different from everything else around it. The light hit the rock at a certain angle, almost as if the rock was trying to say something. It made some believe it might be man-made debris from the rover's landing, or perhaps a piece of some lost alien gadget. But hold up. NASA quickly jumped in to clear things up. They explained that what we were looking at was not some alien artifact at all, but actually a shiny mineral within the rock. This mineral is likely caused by the iron-rich composition of the Jezero crater, which is currently being explored by Perseverance. In other words, it's a natural part of Mars, nothing more. Still, the idea that this shiny object could have been something more continues to stir the imagination of many. You can't blame people for getting excited, right? After all, who wouldn't want to believe that we're getting closer to discovering signs of extraterrestrial life? And even though NASA's explanation makes sense, the mystery of these strange Martian rocks only deepens the curiosity about what's out there. But if this shiny rock wasn't the big breakthrough we were hoping for, what is hiding on Mars? Could there be other secrets buried beneath the surface? Next up, let's talk about a metallic fragment found by Curiosity rover. Could it be debris from something else? Let's have a look. Number 2, the metallic fragment. In 2016, the Curiosity rover snapped a photo that made people sit up and say, "What is that?" It was a small, shiny fragment lying on the Martian soil. For a moment, it looked like it might be some leftover piece of spacecraft or even alien tech. The fragment had a distinct metallic shine that stood out against the reddish desert of Mars, and its sharp, angular edges only made it look even more suspicious. Now, imagine the excitement. People started wondering, could this be the missing piece of a previous Mars mission? Or maybe something from another world entirely? The internet exploded with theories. Some thought it might even be evidence of extraterrestrial technology. Who wouldn't want to think that Mars could be hiding a secret alien gadget? But before we all start booking trips to Mars for treasure hunts, let's dial it back a bit. NASA quickly weighed in and explained that the mysterious object was not alien tech or a spacecraft part after all. It turned out to be a natural Martian mineral known for its metallic sheen. This particular mineral can form sharp, angular pieces due to the unique conditions on Mars. So while it may have looked unusual at first glance, there was nothing particularly out of the ordinary about it. Still, doesn't it make you wonder? If there's one shiny object on Mars, there may be more things hiding under the surface. It seemed like there were more surprises waiting to be uncovered. And if this fragment wasn't alien tech, what about the strange shapes and structures some rovers have spotted? Are there any hidden messages on Mars? Be part of the story because in our next segment, we're going to talk about a rock that looks suspiciously like a fish. Could it be another clue? Or is it just another weird Martian formation? Number 3, the alien fish shape. In the year 2015, the Curiosity rover snapped a photo that made people do a double take. It was not a rock or a simple formation. It was something that looked oddly familiar. Some viewers thought it resembled an alien fish, or maybe even some strange, fossilized creature from another world. It was an unusual curved shape with sharp, symmetrical features. You couldn't help but think, is this a Martian fish? Or could it be something more? Now, as you might expect, the internet went wild. People imagined that this could be the fossil of an ancient Martian creature that once swam in a long-lost Martian ocean. The imagination was running full throttle. After all, if we found weird rocks on Earth that resemble animal shapes, why not on Mars? Some believed it was proof that life once thrived on the red planet. But then, the experts stepped in. NASA put the speculation to rest. They confirmed that this mysterious fish shape was not evidence of alien life, but simply a natural rock formation. The way the rock had eroded over time created the unusual symmetry, giving it a resemblance to an ancient creature. Just the forces of wind and water doing their thing, shaping the rocks into something that tricked the eye. As much as we'd love for it to be proof of Martian life, it's just a rock, no fishy business here. Still, the shape leaves us with one big question. If this is just the beginning of weird shapes, what else is out there on Mars? And while this fish wasn't what we hoped for, it does spark curiosity. What about other unusual formations? Could there be more surprises hiding in the dust? Speaking of surprises, let's take a look at the mysterious doorway captured by curiosity. Is it just a rock, or does it hint at something more? Number 4, the Mars doorway illusion. In May 2022, the Curiosity rover sent back an image that quickly went viral, sparking wild rumors of a doorway on Mars. The image showed a shadowy opening in the side of a cliff in Gale Crater that looked suspiciously like a doorway, straight edges and all. Of course, the internet didn't waste any time jumping to conclusions. Could this be the entrance to an ancient Martian structure? Maybe even the remains of a lost civilization? The idea of an alien doorway was too exciting to ignore. Some suggested it might be a portal into a hidden Martian city, or perhaps evidence that intelligent life had once thrived on the red planet. It was like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But, as tempting as the theory was, NASA quickly stepped in with an explanation. Turns out, this doorway is just an illusion created by the angles of light and shadow, combined with the natural shapes of the Martian geology in that area. The doorway is nothing more than a shadow play in Gale Crater, where the rocks and sunlight lined up in a way that made it look like an entrance. For those of us who were hoping for a Martian mystery, this one quickly unraveled. But if you look at the full image from a wider perspective, you'll see that what appeared to be a doorway is simply just another oddity in the Martian landscape. Still, doesn't it make you wonder, how many other optical illusions are out there on Mars, just waiting to fool us into thinking we've discovered something extraordinary like a pyramid? Number 5, the pyramid structure. The year was 2014 and the Curiosity rover caught our attention with a discovery that quickly became one of the most talked about features on Mars. It was not a rock or just another hill. It looked like a pyramid. Yes, you heard that right. A pyramid. Its sharp angles and near-perfect triangular shape made it appear like it had been deliberately constructed, like some ancient Martian civilization left behind a monument. Naturally, once the photo hit the internet, the theories went wild. People immediately jumped to conclusions. They started thinking that it might be proof of intelligent life on Mars. Some speculated that this is the remnant of an ancient city or a forgotten civilization. The internet was buzzing with excitement, imagining a Martian version of the Great Pyramid of Giza. But just as quickly as the theory surfaced, NASA shut them down. Scientists confirmed that this pyramid was not some lost artifact, but simply a naturally occurring rock formation. Mars' extreme weather, including powerful winds and erosion, had worn the rock down over millions of years, giving it its sharp edges and geometric shape. It's a perfect example of how nature can sometimes surprise us with shapes that seem almost too perfect to be random. Still, doesn't it make you wonder? If this pyramid is just another result of erosion, what else could Mars be hiding under its dusty surface? Could there be more structures that look too perfect to be just rocks? Next, let's see another truly bizarre discovery, a rock that some people think looks like a face. Is it just a trick of light? Or could there be something more to it? Number 6, mother of pearl clouds. In March 2021, NASA's Curiosity rover captured something truly mesmerizing, iridescent, pastel-colored clouds floating high above the Martian landscape. These clouds, often referred to as mother of pearl clouds due to their shimmering, pearl-like sheen, are a rare sight on Mars, and they've left scientists and space enthusiasts alike in awe. What makes these clouds so special? Unlike the clouds we see on Earth, these Martian clouds have a unique shimmer. Atmospheric scientist Mark Lemon from the Space Science Institute in Colorado explained that the colors in the clouds appear because the particles in them are almost identical in size. This causes the light to scatter in a way that produces those beautiful pastel hues. According to Lemon, this usually happens when the clouds have just formed and grown at the same rate. It's not just the beauty of the clouds that caught everyone's attention, though. It's also the fact that we rarely get to see anything like this on Mars. With its thin atmosphere and cold, dry conditions, Mars doesn't exactly seem like the type of place for colorful clouds to form. But these mother-of-pearl clouds remind us that even on a planet as alien as Mars, nature can still find a way to surprise us. Could these clouds be a sign of something more? Could they be part of a larger atmospheric phenomenon we don't yet understand? While NASA has confirmed that they're just a natural occurrence, it still makes you wonder, what other strange, beautiful wonders are waiting for us in the Martian skies? Number 7. Mars blueberries. In 2004, NASA's Opportunity rover made an intriguing discovery on the surface of Mars. Tiny, round, BB-sized pebbles that quickly earned the nickname blueberries. No, they're not the kind of blueberries you can snack on, but these hematite-rich spherules caused quite a stir when they were spotted near the Fram crater. At first glance, they might look like little fruits scattered across the Martian soil, giving the surface a strange yet oddly familiar appearance. But, as cute as they may sound, these blueberries are actually mineral formations, specifically made of hematite, a type of iron oxide. They form under certain wet conditions, which had scientists wondering if water once flowed across the Martian surface, creating the ideal conditions for these little spheres to form. The discovery sparked excitement because it hinted at a time in Mars's distant past when liquid water might have existed on the planet, an essential ingredient for life as we know it. While these blueberries didn't offer a direct link to alien life, they became a key piece of the puzzle in understanding Mars's ancient environment. So no, you won't be picking fresh fruit on Mars anytime soon, but the discovery of these little hematite spheres helped pave the way for even more fascinating discoveries. Could Mars have been habitable at one point? What other surprises are still hidden beneath its dusty surface? Number 8. The Noodles. In July 2022, NASA's Perseverance rover captured an image of a strange, tangled object on the surface of Mars that instantly sparked wild theories. At first glance, it looked like a pile of noodles, or maybe some kind of string, leading people to jump to conclusions. The internet was quick to speculate. Could this be some alien artifact? Or perhaps a mysterious piece of technology left behind by a long-lost Martian civilization? The wild theories seemed endless. The object's shape was undeniably odd. It looked almost too deliberate to be natural. People wondered if it might be a remnant of something from an ancient Martian society, or maybe even a piece of alien tech. It definitely had the kind of vibe you'd expect to see in a science fiction movie. But as cool as these ideas were, NASA soon cleared things up. After carefully analyzing the object, the rover team concluded that it was likely just some netting, likely debris from Perseverance's own entry, descent, and landing system. When the rover touched down on Mars in February 2021, the EDL system successfully delivered it to the Martian surface before crashing some distance away. Mars is known for its strong winds, which seems to have blown the debris from the crash site and scattered it across Jezero crater. While it's not a piece of ancient alien technology after all, the strange sight still got people thinking. What other weird surprises might Mars be hiding beneath its dusty surface? It seems like Mars has an endless ability to spark our imagination. Could there be more to these oddities than meets the eye? Or is Mars just playing tricks on us with its weird, windswept landscape? Number 9. The Glass Formation. In 2021, the Perseverance rover captured a truly puzzling sight on Mars. What appeared to be a glass-like structure. The image showed something that looked almost translucent, like clear glass, which immediately got people wondering if this could be alien material or perhaps a remnant of an ancient Martian civilization, preserved for millions of years. The formation stood out against the rocky Martian landscape. Its glassy, shiny surface was unlike anything around it, prompting all sorts of wild theories. Some wondered if it was a piece of alien technology, maybe a window or an artifact from a long-lost Martian city. It seemed too perfect, too mysterious to just be another rock. The speculation was endless. Could this be proof that someone or something was once here? But before the excitement could build too much, NASA again stepped in to explain. After further study, scientists confirmed that the formation was most likely a glass-like mineral shaped by the intense heat and volcanic activity of Mars's distant past. Over time, volcanic eruptions and meteorite impacts had created conditions hot enough to turn local minerals into glass. So while it looked like something out of a science fiction movie, it was actually just a natural process at work. It's fascinating to think about how heat and fire could have shaped these unusual formations. But with the strange shapes we've seen so far, who knows what other surprises Mars is hiding? Could there be more glass-like formations waiting to be discovered? Next, let's talk about something shocking of them all. Things that started serious speculations. Number 10, the wreckage. In 2021, the Perseverance rover sent back an image that once again fueled the imagination of conspiracy theorists. This time, it wasn't just a weird rock. It was an angular object with sharp edges and a geometric shape that didn't quite look like the typical Martian terrain. To many viewers, it appeared to be spacecraft wreckage, possibly from a past mission or even some sort of extraterrestrial craft that had crash-landed on Mars. The object stood out against the surrounding Martian rocks. Its sharp, defined angles and clean lines were so out of place that people immediately started wondering if this could be a piece of a spaceship. Could it be debris from one of our past missions to Mars? Or maybe something much older, perhaps an alien craft that crashed long before we ever arrived. The theories flew fast, and the internet was abuzz with speculation. But as always, NASA offered a more grounded explanation. After a detailed analysis, scientists concluded that this angular object was just another natural rock formation. Mars is full of strange and unique rock shapes, created by millions of years of weathering and erosion. While the object's sharp, geometric appearance was unusual, it wasn't evidence of a crash site, just nature doing its thing. Still, with all the strange formations we've seen on Mars, one can't help but wonder. Could there really be something more out there, hidden in plain sight? Maybe Mars is showing us a little more than we realize. And speaking of hidden mysteries, let's wrap things up by revisiting one of the most perplexing objects we've seen, something that resembles a face. Could it be just a trick of the light? Or is Mars trying to communicate with us? None of these Martian objects have proven to be alien evidence, but they sure spark curiosity about what's on Mars. What do you think? Are they signs of ancient life or just natural rock formations? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more space discoveries.